It's been a winter of both discontent and widespread disruption in the NHS. Staff, from porters to nurses, physios to ambulance workers, angered by their wages and conditions.
Country's #1 public service priority.
And after nearly 20,000 cancelled operations and months of strikes, a breakthrough.
I'm delighted that the government has reached agreement with unions representing over 1 million NHS workers on a fair and reasonable pay settlement. This agreement rightly recognises the fantastic work that our NHS workers, like nurses, midwives and paramedics do, whilst also being affordable for the taxpayer.
The Royal College of Nursing initially demanded a pay increase of 19%. This deal falls some way short of that, with an initial one-off payment of 2%, in addition to the pay review body's recommendation of at least a 4% salary increase. There will also be a 5% increase in wages next year, while the lowest paid workers will receive a 10.4% bump, bringing them in line with the national living wage. One of the key outstanding questions, though, is where this money comes from. There was no pot announced in the budget. The Health Secretary has been clear that it won't come from patient funding. But if it is to be found from somewhere else in the NHS budget, well then what has to be cut to pay for it?
All we want to say
Unions admit the offer is lower than initial expectations. Now they must convince their members to vote for it.
Health workers can now decide between taking further strike action and picking up an offer. I know that me and other trade unions work together to engage with the government and press for as much money as we could.
It won't be straightforward. Bert is an oncology nurse and says the offer isn't enough to make up for the increase in pressure and decrease in conditions.
Personally, I would say no to this offer because I don't think it's an offer that comes towards the challenges that we have within the NHS, and I'm ready to step up and strike again.
our NHS! Our NHS!
Tens of thousands of NHS workers voted to strike for better pay. Now they must decide if the offer is good enough. But with junior doctors still to start their own negotiations with the government, the threat of yet more walkouts hasn't gone away. Matthew Thompson, Sky News.